Hey gang, we are in Bakersfield and we are at the Green Lawn Southwest Mortuary and Cemetery. Actually, this is where Buck Owens is. His mausoleum is right over there. But we are not here to talk about Buck Owens today. We are here to remember a little girl, 13 years old, who was actually not forgotten. This terrible crime that happened 2020 here in Bakersfield. And I'm going to tell you the story, so let's take a walk. It's a short walk to her grave. They called her Patty. Her name was Patricia Jocelyn Alatorre. And I'm betting that many of you have heard this story. And for those of you who have not, I'll tell you about it. It's a horrible story that happened here, one of the worst, so I'm just going to warn you. Now, this happened in June. You know, we had COVID full on. Everybody was in lockdown. Kids were working their schoolwork from home. Lonely, caged. It was distance learning. Parents had to go to work, so there maybe wasn't as much of the supervision that we normally have. And I'm not saying these parents were not supervising, they were, but it was just the time when online, Snapchat, social media was really the only outlet. And 13 years old, she was living the life as all young girls did, stuck at home. So Patty was small, she was delicate for her age. She was focused on school, family, friends. She was growing, she was learning that tender age. She had her whole life ahead of her. And that Snapchat, with a lot of kids, she was on the Snapchat. And as we know, creeps and still today are prowling there on social media. And there was a creep named Armando Cruz. He was from Inglewood, California. And we've been to Inglewood, not a nice neighborhood. He was drinking beers at the age of 13, marijuana, cocaine, just a complete loser. And that breeding ground got him connected with Patty, and he, unfortunately, she fell for the trap. So they were communicating. He got her to send explicit photos of herself. They met in person. She did oral sex with him, I guess, and it just escalated. But she said she didn't want to see him anymore, and he was blackmailing her with those pictures. Helicopter. And finally, I guess he blackmailed her and said that he wanted her to come just out in front or something. So in the middle of the night, she snuck out of her window, maybe just to appease him. But that's where he grabbed and kidnapped her. Now this was all, thank God, caught on a Ring doorbell camera. This white pickup truck, it was all, they saw, you know, she's screaming, he bundles her away, and unbelievably, he forced himself on her. He, you know, he did all the bad stuff, and in the process strangled her to death. Then he took Patty's body home down to Inglewood, and he would have sex with her body. Then he went to an industrial park, and that's where he dumped her. Not before burning her body. I think he poured gasoline, I don't know. But just a monster. So the bottom line of the story is, you know, the cops thought, the police here thought she'd run away. The parents knew she didn't run away. She had her inhaler in the room, all kinds of things that she would not have left. So the police finally got into the investigation, and they figured it out. They arrested him, and he's just it's an ugly scumbag piece of crap who to this day has not admitted what he did. I mean, the short story is he pled guilty to avoid, I think, the death penalty, and which the death penalty here, like Illinois, it doesn't mean anything because you just appeal your way until, but not in Arizona, not in Texas. But anyway, so I think the final insult to show what a coward piece of crap he is, the parole officer asked him after it was all said and done if, would you admit it? And he just said no comment. And that's really what there should be on him, no comment. He is worthless. So here's the grave of where Patricia Jocelyn Alatorre is laid to rest, right here. It's a beautiful stone. Bakersfield's daughter, sister, and aunt. I'm surprised there's no flowers here. There was a flower, it looks like. Beautiful, beautiful girl. You can just see in the picture how petite and innocent and vulnerable. We gotta watch our kids, guys. We gotta really pay attention. And again, not that these parents were not paying attention, it's just one of those things that happen where the evil got through. There's a beautiful bench here for her. And a lot of prayers. Now, one of my acquaintances, close acquaintances from here, knew Patty. And she said that Patty and her friends would often spend their lunch recess offering to help in the classrooms. They also helped a few times putting homework packets together there. And I was told that Patty was polite, respectful, and friendly, a friendly young lady who loved to help others. I was told they remember her quiet voice and bright smile the most, a promising light that was smothered out way too soon. Well, we hope that Patty's resting in peace and her family is recovering as best they can. Rest in peace, Patty. Rest in peace.